Woo! It is freezing today here in Denver. How cold? Well, you should probably come take a look for yourself. There's typically a grill under there. This used to be a table, and it's still very much snowing. It is the middle of March right now, the 14th to be exact, which is Pie Day, and luckily I stocked up and I have the perfect comfort food recipe for a day like this. We're making steak and Guinness pie. Okay, that's enough of that. Before we get started, you probably cannot tell from the production quality, but these videos do take a long time to make, so I would very much appreciate it if you hit the like button, or even better yet, leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite comfort food is, and I'll meet you in the kitchen. Let's talk about the first and most important ingredient in steak and Guinness pie, and that is the steak. I'm using sirloin because it was on sale. Doesn't pay full price. You could also use chuck steak, stew meat, the shank, anything with a good amount of fat. We're gonna need bite-sized pieces, so if you get good tender steak, you can just drop it on the cutting board and it should break itself into bite-sized pieces, but if not, you can just go ahead and take a knife and do it the old-fashioned way, and you're looking for about 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch pieces. Next, throw your steak in a mixing bowl and make sure to season it well with salt and pepper. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of flour and make sure everything's evenly coated. The flour is gonna help get some good color on the steak while we sear it, and it's also going to help thicken the sauce, so make sure each piece is really well coated. Best sear, the king of all pans, is cast iron, so add a tablespoon of oil over high heat. Add your steak, try not to overcrowd the pan, and sear for 2 to 3 minutes on each side until they're nice and golden brown. Evacuate your steak to a plate. We will be back for this in just a second. I tried to sear in the Instant Pot too, but you can tell the color's just not quite the same. Make sure to leave all these golden brown bits in your pan as we saute the vegetables. So I've got 2 carrots, a whole onion, a bay leaf, a little anaheim pepper just because I like it, and then 2 cloves of garlic, all going in the pan. We're going to saute for about 5 minutes until they're nice and translucent. Then we're going to add 1 cup of beef broth, making sure to stir and scrape all those brown bits off the bottom of the pan. That's good flavor. And then we add our beer. Yes, I know this isn't Guinness, but this is another dark beer, and I like it better. So add a 12-ounce can of the beer of your choice. Give it a little stir, and then we meet the steak again. That all goes in. 1/2 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1 bay leaf, and some of that sauce that no one can seem to pronounce. It's Worcestershire, by the way. Then 1 tablespoon of ketchup. And if you're using a cast iron skillet like me, we're going to take it to the stove and let it simmer. Set your burner between low and medium low. You want this to gently simmer for about 2 hours, or if you're in a rush and you're using the Instant Pot, you can set it to high pressure for 20 minutes, and it's just enough time for us to make our pie crust. For the perfect pie crust, we're going to combine 1 cup of all-purpose flour and then an entire stick of unsalted butter cut up into 1 tablespoon size pieces into a food processor. Yeah, I know it might seem like a lot of butter, but that's what's going to make it super flaky. So just give it a couple pulses, about 5 to 10, until it's all incorporated, and then add 1 to 2 tablespoons of ice cold water, depending on your humidity, your elevation, all that stuff. Give it 2 or 3 more pulses just to incorporate the water, and then we're going to dump it all out on a cutting board or whatever work surface you're using that's unfloured. And you're going to think it's too dry, but just start to work it with your hands for a couple minutes, and it should all come together to start to form a ball. And then when it does, we're going to wrap it in plastic wrap, set it in the fridge for 30 minutes, just to give the flour extra time to hydrate. And then once it does, flour your work surface, take out your dough, make sure to flour your rolling pin, don't be gross. We're going to start to roll this out, flipping it, turning it until it's a large circular-like shape and about 1/8 of an inch thick. Best way to make sure you cut these the right size is to take whatever pie pan you're using and place it face down on the dough, and then just trace around the outside edge with your knife, and you have a perfectly fitted lid for your pie. I had a little extra crust, so I'm going to make a big one and a little one. And then I also like to cut some 1-inch strips of dough and just press it to the outside edge of your pie pan. After 2 hours of simmering, our steak is nice and tender and our sauce is reduced down. Make sure to remove the bay leaf, by the way. No one wants to eat that. And then add your filling into your pan. Put the top on, and then crimp using your index finger and your thumb, just kind of squeezing them all together all the way around. Take a knife and just trim off any excess dough. If you wanted to go another route, you could also take a fork and crimp it all the way around, just like you would like a ravioli. But make sure to cut a little X in the middle of the pie, that way it gives the steam somewhere to go. Mix together 1 egg and a tablespoon of water, and then just brush your egg wash liberally all over your pie crust. This is what's going to give it that nice golden brown color. Then we're going to go into a preheated 400-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes until it is super golden brown and flaky. I've been smelling this cooking all day long and I cannot wait to eat this. Ooh, God, it's hot. This is gonna absolutely scorch my mouth and I really don't care at this point. The crust is super flaky, the steak is nice and tender. Next time you need some comfort food to warm you up, definitely give this a shot. Don't forget, I always put the cost breakdown in the description below. Drop this video a like, subscribe if you want more recipes like this. I'm Jim with Doesn't Pay Full Price, and I'll catch you next time.